We don't do clickbait on this channel, so you're probably gonna see these two houses on the thumbnail, and yeah, it'll be on the video as well. I really hate it when there's seed videos where they actually show stuff that don't exist in the video on the thumbnail. It's kind of annoying, so none of that bullshit here. So frankly, Shattered Savanna, well, that is one of my favorite biomes in-game. It looks super cool, and a lot of you folks have been asking me on the comment section, what is the seed that you use on your survival world? And I don't mind sharing it. I don't. It's just that this seed is actually not that good. This is 30k blocks away from spawn, quite literally. I'll give you the seed, not to worry. But what I'm going to find you here is seeds where you have awesome Shattered Savannas like this, but at much more convenient locations. If you end up liking what you see, do consider subscribing. Let's start. Okay, let's start. This is seed number 1. Now, coordinates are always on the top left hand of your screen, just above my head over there. You don't always spawn right at these points of interest. They may be maybe 100 blocks away or so, but remember, coordinates always on your top left. And if you don't know how to open them up, just press F3 on your screen to view coordinates and go to the corresponding locations. So the reason why I really like this particular seed are those two houses on the floating island. It's just absolutely epic. And if you look right here, right next to that, we actually have a bamboo jungle, which is also one of the rarest biomes in game. And mind you, this is a plains village that has two houses on a Shattered Savanna floating island. And the Shattered Savanna itself, as you can see on this flyby showcase, is pretty massive. Now, this seed actually has some pretty awesome loot as well, which I will show you in a second, but just a quick overview of this whole Shattered Savanna vantage point first. And right here on this desert temple, we have something pretty cool. Now, I'd like to add one more thing in that the remaining 4 seeds on this video will be tier S seeds, and I'll go more into that in a bit. But, oh, creeper right there, that can't be good. Now, this is where I said there's awesome loot, but I guess we gotta be a bit careful. I don't want them to blow that up. So, oh, did I step on that? No, I did not, but maybe I'll just close that off. So let's check out the loot. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 gold bars, a saddle, which is pretty good, and, well, crap on that chest. But here we have 3 emeralds and a golden horse armor. And on this chest over here, a diamond very close to spawn, and 1 more emerald. So that is not bad loot at all. Sticking to the theme of pyramids on this location here, which is not far from spawn at all, we have some more pretty epic loot. Let me just walk in and find that for you real quick. There's one on the left side here. I think the one on this side is pretty crap. Yeah, there's nothing special here, but the 2 sticky pistons are very useful for your farms. And on the other side over here, we'll just walk on over. You have diamond horse armor, which is basically unobtainable. I mean, you can't craft them, so it's really nice if you can find them early on. And for our last loot showcase on this seed, we have a jungle pyramid that is, well, sort of floating on a body of water, which is always cool to have. Let's step inside. This one has awesome loot. So again, one on the left, one on the right, and this one over here, if I just run to that chest, we have 1 more diamond, so that's already 2 diamonds in total. And if I go to the other side over here, just break this block here, open that chest, another 2 diamonds. So that's 4 diamonds just from looting early on, lots of iron and gold as well, and 2 more sticky pistons right behind you. Don't forget to grab that, of course. We're back at spawn, and the reason why I like this seed a lot, by the way, is because, well, as much as I love Shattered Savannas, building on plains areas, it's always nice. It's just the most common and most pleasant block to build with in Minecraft, or on top of, rather. So that's seed number 1. Let's just have a look at the overview of the world map real quick. I think that's really important. This is how things look like. This is the village that we were at just now, right here in the middle. We do have some nice biomes nearby. We have swamp biomes. We have a Badlands biome over there. There is an ocean monument on these coordinates over here. That's -904, 152, and 2 more side by side right over here. You can check the coordinates on the top left hand side of your screen. I know it's pretty small, but basically that is the seed map for seed number 1. So the reason why I show you seed maps is, well, it's important. I mean, you need to figure out if this is the right world for you to build on. Anyway, more rare stuff coming. Let's just go to seed number 2 straight away, and this time we'll start with the map. Seed number is on your screen right now, and this time this is a tier S seed. So let's just have a quick look at this seed map so that you guys are familiar with what a tier S seed is. These seeds are super top notch because they basically have all of the rare biomes and structures that are necessary for most worlds within 2000 blocks radius of your spawn location. So we have our double witch hut here on the top right within 200 blocks of each other, which enables you to make one of those awesome witch farms. We have all the important biomes also within 2000 blocks of spawn. That means we have the ice spikes biome, as you can see on the top left over here, mushroom biomes, we have the Badlands biome, bamboo jungle. We also have ocean monuments within 2000 blocks radius of spawn, all the good stuff. So for the next seeds within this video, number 2, 3, 4, and 5, we will have all of those. And by the way, this video is split into 2 parts. Seeds number 6 to 10 will be shown in a future video that I will post around next week. Why? Because it's just way too long to record all 10 seeds in one video. I mean, who has time to watch that? So another feature that I really like about this seed in particular is that it's sort of like a Hermitcraft seed where you have an island in the center, except instead of a mushroom island, we have a Shattered Savanna island in the middle. This is super rare. I mean, mushroom islands, they occur frequently. In fact, most of the time, mushroom biomes occur in islands. But to have a Shattered Savanna island like this one, this is pretty rare. So, without further ado, let's step into the world. Right, so this block right here is where we spawn. But the real beauty lies when we actually fly up and have a look at the overall island shape. It's just so menacing. So let's have a look. So a quick overview of this island. Very Jurassic Park-like, very menacing. Shattered Savannas, well, they have that sort of underlying theme. It's just so cool. This is a great hub to build on if you're playing this on a multiplayer world later on, but do check out this peak right here. It goes super high, folks. That flying block over there is 232 blocks high, which is almost at the build limit, which is pretty insane. So check that out. It's just an island full of Shattered Savanna. I have not seen that very often, to be honest. And since it's a tier S seed, you have all the rare biomes nearby as well. Pick a spot to build along with your friends. If you're doing this in multiplayer, somebody can get the Badlands biome, somebody can get the Giant's Tree Taiga biome, or perhaps the ice spikes, and so on and so forth. Now, on these coordinates over here, we have a jungle pyramid, and once again, I've been really lucky with loot on this seed so far. Check out this chest over here, absolute garbage. But if you go to the other side over here and walk to this chest, 3 diamonds, folks. That is just super awesome diamond pickaxe right from the get-go. So here's something worth mentioning as well. We do have a cross biome village over here. It is a savanna village that basically generated, well, half of it is in a plains biome. Pretty cool, but it's just a footnote to this seed, to be honest. So here's something that's pretty cool as well. Right behind me is an exposed end portal room. You can see it right behind my face over there. If I just break these blocks here, there we go, end portal room. Now the cool thing about this thing here is you can actually access this straight from the surface, and if you just follow this stream all the way up over here and go all the way up, well, there is your entrance. Now, if you want to do a little bit of a challenge, just go to these corners over here and try and find your way to the end portal room. It can get a little bit difficult because it's actually not as straightforward as it seems. Last but not least, very close to that stronghold earlier, over here you can find your double witch huts. The first one is right below me, and the second one is just over yonder, right there. I'll just fly by real quick just so that you have the corners as well. And that summarizes seed number 2. We still have 3 more awesome ones coming, so yeah, stick a while. And if you like what you see so far, do consider subscribing, and no pressure, of course. Seed number 3. Now, the seed number is on the top left-hand corner of your screen. Now, I do have my mouse recorded here, but it might be a little bit hard to see because it's pretty small. Well, anyway, cool features of seed number 3 is that, well, the spawn is awesome. I'll show you that in just a sec. Now, on top of that, we do have a fortress which is not too far from spawn. We will check that out real quick when we get into the game world as well. And Mushroom Island on your bottom right hand corner of the screen. We also have our double witch huts over here, and potentially on the top right here we have a really cool village as well, as it is squished right between 2 super rare biomes. We'll get into it. Near spawn you also have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pillagers outposts, which is, well, to be honest, too many. So you actually spawn right in this village over here, which is I mean, just spawning in a village is always awesome. And as I just tilt my head around, there's actually a desert temple right behind me over there. Pyramid temple, I always get mixed up. I don't know. Anyway, right behind me, Badlands biome as well. That's another rare biome. And over on that side, the massive Shattered Savanna. The village itself, I'd say is so-so, but just the fact that you have so many cool things surrounding it, that makes it pretty good. And hiding behind that corner of the Badlands is another desert pyramid. This one is sort of floating on water. We'll get into that in a second, but first thing I want to show you is right behind this village, we actually have a massive ruined overworld portal right here. The chest should be, I guess it should be in here somewhere. Let me just, okay, there it is. If I remember correctly, the loot was pretty, yeah, that's pretty garbage, but I mean, it's alright, it's alright. Not gonna complain about loot. So let's head on over to the desert pyramid or temple. I don't care, it's the same thing. Desert structure thingy. This one has decent loot, if I remember correctly. There's quite a few good enchant books, iron horse armor, golden horse armor, but most importantly, well, no, I mean, that's so-so. But wait till you see what we have on the other pyramid. So that's 2 power books. Meh, yeah, that's alright. I mean, iron, gold, that's fine, but I could care less, to be honest. What I really want to show you is what we have on the second desert temple, which is over here. I guess as we fly by, we may as well sort of, well, the Shattered Savanna is pretty good, and it actually extends all the way to the back, and we do have the super rare eroded Badlands biome as well. I do believe there's one more on that side over here. Let's just show that real quick. There we go. That's an eroded Badlands biome right there. Very cool looking. Reminds me of a lot of spots in the States. I mean, I've only been there once, but yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Anyway, let's just jump down, check out the loot on this one, because this is epic. Well, not this chest, the other one. There we go. Saddle, always good to have. Unbreaking 2 is pretty decent, but most importantly, I guess it's the one that is on this chest here. 1 diamond, that's really nice, but there we go. Silk Touch, right at spawn. Silk Touch at spawn is just super awesome. I mean, that's cause for celebration right there. So wow, that was pretty loud. So there's more awesome stuff on the seed, including things like having 4 spawners which are super close to each other. They're not right next to each other, but it's good enough for making a farm out of, because you can stand at one spot and basically farm from all 4 spawners. Show you that in a bit. So here's something super awesome. I did not see this location prior to actually recording this voiceover. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's a taiga village right next to an ice spikes biome. And again, giant tree taiga, one of the rarest biomes in game. Ice spikes, well, I mean, you know how rare those things are. Most importantly, a village, and having all these structures coinciding with the ice spikes, that does not happen too often. And basically, I guess a larger portion of the village is actually in the ice spikes bit. That is pretty cool. Coordinates on your top left, of course. It's not too far from spawn. Well, it's a great addition to the seed, to be honest. This might even be better than the spawn location, now that I think about it, but this is a Shattered Savanna seed, so I guess priority goes to the spawn. So here's something pretty cool as well. Ocean Monument right there. Now, there is a ravine that goes under it, which is pretty cool. But another cool feature here is, well, as I was just flying through, I noticed there was a shipwreck that is sort of stuck right under the Ocean Monument. So that's a pretty cool combo. These 3 things together make for a pretty unique combination. I should say combo-less. Okay, let's go check out that nether fortress real quick. This is at spawn village right there. So that's where the nether portal ended up. And I do believe we just have to go this way to, oh, there we go. So that's another fortress very close to where you spawn. That is super useful. You do need to farm your blaze rods. And if you need to find your first blaze spawner, it's over on these coordinates over here. And here is the location of the second one, not too far from the first. I know I said 4 spawners, but I can only find 3 here. I mean, there was a 4th one, but, well, it was a little bit further out, so let's just take these 3, shall we? They're all zombie spawners, and all 3 are visible in my line of sight right now. There's one over there, and one more to the left over here, and one is right under me. And as for the coordinates, I'll just show you real quick. This is the first one. Here's the coordinates for the second one. And last but not least, the third one. Right, so that was seed number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let's hop on over to seed number 4. Here's the seed number. This one is going to be a really short seed review. The only thing I want to show you is spawn. Having a Shattered Savanna next to an Ice Spikes biome is pretty rare. To compensate for the lack of features on this seed, since I mean it's not a bad seed, mushroom biome, Badlands biome all around, but it's gonna be a short review. So I'm gonna give you an extra seed on this episode, so there will be 6 seeds in total today, and next week we'll post 5 more Shattered Savanna seeds. Let's step right in. This is a tier S seed as well. Seeds number 2 to 4 are all tier S. So let's not forget, this is also a tier S seed, double witch hut on your top left, and all the important biomes within 2,000 blocks of spawn. We spawn on this piece of floating island over... Wait a minute. No, it's not a floating island. It's well, I mean, yeah, it's an oddly shaped island. But behind us, we do have a floating island right there. That's part of the Shattered Savanna biome. Floating trees up on that side. Pretty interesting, to be honest. And, well, this is it. Shattered Savanna meeting Ice Spikes. Really rare. Honestly, I haven't seen many of those before. And yeah, I mean, check that out. The Ice Spikes actually creep up to the Shattered Savanna, and a cool bit here is where the ice biome, the snowy tundra biome, or is it ice plains? What do you call this? It's called ice... Wait, no, yeah. Okay, never mind. Whatever you want to call it. You have the ice blocks creeping up to the Shattered Savanna over here. You even have one solitary ice spike all the way up top. And cool feature here, that floating island there is above the clouds. It just looks really cool and out of place. I always love that. So as promised, this seed will be super short. Let's just go straight over to seed number 5. Right, here's seed number 5. Once again, seed number 5 is a tier S seed. You got your double witch huts over here. All the cool biomes are around you. You have a bamboo jungle, Ice Spikes biome, Mushroom Island, as well as the Badlands biome as well. And of course, the main underlying theme of this video, the Shattered Savanna biome right over here. And this is the main highlight of this seed. This is spawn. The village is not at spawn. I'll show you the coordinates just in 1 second. Well, spawn's a little bit dull, to be honest. Nothing too special about that. We do have a ruined portal over there. Let's just see if it has good loot real quick. Meh. Well, nothing too special, to be honest. Oddly shaped bits of floating rock at spawn, but yeah, who cares about that? Let's go to the main highlights. There we go, folks. Coordinates on your top left. I really like this village a lot. It's a savanna village that is partially in a desert biome, partially in a jungle biome, and partially on this little bit of what looks like gravelly mountain, but it's actually part of the Shattered Savanna. If we just move back a little bit, you can see it's quite a good view. I mean, you got that nice lake behind it. You also got a nice waterfall and a little lake on this side of the village as well. And a lot more interesting Shattered Savannas behind it over on this side here as well. I mean, that's quite a menacing piece of, it's like an obelisk tower over there. Another Shattered Savanna over on that side. That is spawn, by the way, over there. Overall, very, very good village, and I think it's a good candidate for a spot to build. I mean, all the variety around you, desert, you even have a jungle biome next to it as well. So variety-wise, that's really good. And another cool thing about this seed is right behind that very first village, which is right over there behind that cow. If you look towards this side, you also have a taiga village, which is barren as... I don't usually see taiga villages next to a desert biome. Honestly, this is actually pretty rare. It might not appear so, but I mean, I've hunted through tons and tons of seeds, and I have not seen this happen very often. Taiga next to desert, not very common, so this is actually pretty cool. It looks very out of place, and you also have the Shattered Savanna as a nice backdrop to it. Overall, these first 2 villages, awesome. And by the way, that is a giant tree taiga biome. Of course, one of the rarest biomes in-game as well. Let's head on to the next attraction. And another awesome village over here. This one is around 1,500 blocks away from spawn. It's a taiga village, partially in a jungle biome and partially in a bamboo jungle. And guess what? We have a ravine splitting the village as well. Let's have a closer look at that ravine. Do we have any structures above it? No, we do not, but still, it's a nice addition to an already unique village. Villages can't actually generate inside a bamboo jungle, so every time you have something that is adjacent to a bamboo jungle like this, it's always a nice addition. And over on these coordinates over here, we have 2 super rare biomes adjacent to each other. There is no bamboo here. That is a Badlands biome and a mushroom biome, and both of these biomes are actually islands. They're not actually adjacent to any other piece of land, so that is actually pretty cool. I mean, check out how it looks from above. Just a small piece of Badlands and a small piece of mushroom biome. Pretty cool spot to build if you ask me. We're back at spawn, and this seed has the potential of being a great nether seed as well, because I do believe the nether fortress is very close to spawn. Let's hope we actually also get into a cool biome straight away. Let's just go in and check it out. Ah, there we go, my favorite biome in the nether, the warped forest biome. Oh, there you go. I was about to say something like, alright, let me find that nether fortress. It's right there, folks. Clear as day, right from here, another portal right from spawn. That is super close, so that is a super nether seed. On top of that, wait, let me just drink this potion of night vision. Alright, that looks a bit funky, but that should do. Now, a really cool feature of having a nether fortress that is on top of lava is that it actually makes it a lot more effective for farming wither skeletons and whatnot, so this is superb. And this, to be honest, is a pretty massive nether fortress. I mean, look at that. Extends all the way there, all the way to that side as well. So, alright, I was just about to say, let me find you that first blaze spawner, and it just popped right in front of me. That's pretty cool. So I'll find you the second one real quick. Coordinates on your top left, of course. And there we go. That is the second blaze spawner. Let me just show you the coordinates. There it is. That's pretty awesome. Before we finish up with this seed, I do have one last thing to show you. It's pretty epic as well. Okay, here we are. This is around 1,600 blocks away from spawn, and alright, check this out, check this out. On this little piece of lonely island right next to a Badlands biome, check out what we have. As I swim down, exposed stronghold. It's pretty massively exposed as well. I mean, just look at that. It's all around you over on this side. I'd say around 30% of the stronghold is actually exposed, if not more. There's even more on the other side. If I just swim towards this side here, yeah, alright, there it is. That's the other part, so I suppose that is pretty cool. Unfortunately, the end portal room is not exposed. I do believe it was down here somewhere. No, it's on the other side. Let me just get there. Oh, yeah, there. So unfortunately, that bit's not exposed, but other than that, man, what a great addition to the seed. I think my favorite seed in this video is either the first one or this one, but I do have one last seed to show you. I did promise I would replace that fourth seed with an extra one because that one was a bit short. So let's go to the final seed of the day, the bonus seed, seed number 6. Seed number on your screen. This is what the map looks like in general. It is not a tier S seed, but you do have a bamboo jungle and a shattered savanna at spawn. You have a Badlands biome as well. There's quite a few cool things about this seed, but I am mostly interested in spawn, but I will show you the bonus features as well. Okay, this here is spawn, and right behind me, a village. So let's just explore real quick and have a look at that. This desert village is right by a shattered... No, it's on a shattered savanna biome. And check out the way the buildings are laid out. That is super cool. You've got structures all the way up here as well as on the left side over there. You've got another building up top. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, if it's your first time to the channel, you probably haven't noticed this seed before, but this was posted previously on my top 10, one of my top 10s. I have so many top 10s, it gets a bit confusing, to be honest. Oh, crap. Whatever. Okay. Right. It wouldn't have mattered if I died anyway. Just a quick shameless plug, I do have some awesome tutorials on the channel. I highly recommend the Villager Breeder, the latest one for version 1.16.4. It should work on future versions as well. It's awesome. It's quite unique. It's an original design, so do check that one out. Just search for MazBro Villager Breeder and you'll probably find it. Anyway, let's have another look at that village. Nice waterfall going through the center bit. The Shattered Savanna is basically a one piece, but if you look to your right side over here, there's a massive Shattered Savanna on that side, and there's also one more to the left side over here. No, there's actually two clusters there, one here and one over there as well. Bamboo jungle near spawn as well, so it's a very nice combination of rarities. There's actually a lot more cool things on this seed, so let me run you through them one by one very briefly. The village actually looks pretty good from far away as well. That looks pretty mystical with the fog going on. But what I want to show you here is what's under me. So here we have a coastal desert pyramid, and if we just go down below, the loot's pretty epic. Not on that chest, not on this one. There was a saddle there, but here. Diamond horse armor very close to spawn. That is always pretty awesome. And right next to the desert pyramid, if you just swim down here, there's a shipwreck with a buried treasure map. Right there. And next to that shipwreck, if you look over to that side, there's a ruined nether portal. So that's quite the combo over there. Any good loot? Efficiency 5 golden hoe. That's gonna break pretty fast. Lots of golden carrots, lots of obsidian. That's actually pretty decent loot haul. And here, around 2,000 blocks away from spawn, we have the ever elusive Woodlands Mansion. Now, I know 2k blocks is a little bit far, but considering these things can go as far as 30,000 blocks away from spawn, I guess that's quite alright. Now, you may have noticed that normally I feature Woodlands Mansions a lot on my videos, but not on this one. Why? I'm actually saving it. We're gonna have a top 10 Woodlands Mansion video pretty soon, so if you'd like to see that, do stay subscribed. And we actually have a second Woodlands Mansion on this seed, and let me just teleport you to it straight away. This one's a little bit further away, it's around 3,000 blocks away from spawn, but it's still a very reasonable distance. That is not bad. 2 Woodlands Mansion, all within a 30,000 block radius. Not too bad. If you need to make a mob farm on these coordinates, we have one spawner up here. Check the coordinates on your top left, because they're gonna disappear in a second. If I just back out to the wall here, there's one more spawner underneath over there. And we have a similar situation going on over on these coordinates over here. This one's a little bit further away from spawn, but it's almost next to each other, so that's kind of cool. Let me just show you the coordinates real quick. It's on the top left-hand side of your screen right now. Alright, so that's part 1 of this top 10 Shattered Savanna seeds. We did have 6 on this video, 5 more coming very soon. Shattered Savannas are awesome. You can build multi-layered structures like these. I just love the whole look of it. It's very unique. What can I say? Folks, if you like what you see so far, a like would really help this channel grow. Anyway, thanks for watching. The name's MazBro, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.